Carl, tell us about Carnaby Street, the musical. Give us a flavour.
Carnaby Street musical is loosely based on my life in the 60s. I was 18 in 1964 and I lived in Dean Street in Soho. I worked in the Marquee Club with The Who and the Moody Blues and lots of other great bands, and bought my clothes in Carnaby Street. So when the idea came to me to actually build and write a musical about that time, I felt that one of the most important parts of it would be the feeling of colour and fashion and music, but more than that, really optimism. I think it was. I know it's a word that we kind of, it's a new word as opposed to an old word, but in the 60s, during that period, for us youngsters who were leading, I suppose, what could be called a bit of a revolution, I felt that there was a great deal of optimism in our lives, and we never had any problems. We never really had any cares, in the words of the great Petula Clark. You know, we kind of went downtown and just had a really good time. So that's what we want the flavour of the musical to be. We want people to come. We want them to see the 60s. We want them to be reminded of what the centre and what the heart of the 60s was about, which was really about music. And music really defined your life in the 60s. It defined your friends, your fashion, the clubs you went to, everything. So that's really what we've tried. But also a musical with just a lot of 60 songs in it isn't really a good musical. So we spent a great deal of time, Bob Thompson and I, my director, who directed Blood Brothers and Dreamboats, spent a lot of time on the book. We've got a great story, which I think is, I've been in the music business for almost 45 years. So the story is very real, and I've seen the story acted out many times in my career, so that's where it comes from.